Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king, Aspinall. And joining me through Discord, it is the man, the myth, the legend. It is my partner in crime, Joshua. Gangsta time goes.
It's called partner, but it should be called gangsta time.
What's good, everybody listening? Excuse me, I'm trying to adjust this camera. There we go.
Yeah.
What up?
Edgelord, big news. Brian is with us in spirit. He can be here today. That one's for you, Brian. I heard, pray tell, that he's trying to get back into the singularity at some point. I guess that's what he's trying to do, burrow his way back in. But, yeah, that's why he's off. But it's just us. We're back, surprise, for a little bit of a monthly sode. We're doing our monthly coverages of World Trigger, Boruto, Dragon Ball Super. Should be a fun time. So let's get right into it. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. I guess also if you're in New York on Tuesday night, I'll be at the Grayson doing comedy. I have a stand-up set there. It should be fun.
Oh shit!
Come on by if you want. Come on by. We'll share a beer or something.
At the Grayson?
At the Grayson on First Avenue, I think. I've never been, but
His name's not Robin. It's at the Grayson.
Yeah, Dick Grayson owns and operates that bar. So come on by.
Tuesday night.
Yeah, Tuesday night. I think it's at 8. So come by. That'll be Tuesday the 19th, I think it is. So you know the deal. Come on by. Come see me. I don't know how many times I'll be doing shows. So if you're curious, I'll be there. Josh, where can they find you, my friend?
They can find me on Instagram at jdcole_37. That's on Instagram, like I said earlier. And on Twitter, you can find me at nychillin with an EN, not an ING.
Oh.
Yeah, follow me.
You can follow Brian at b.esp on Twitter and Instagram. Find him on twitch.tv/itspunchline for streaming. He streams video games. And he's a very fun young man to play video games with. You can email the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Wait, did I say that weird? Email the show at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com.
You both fucking up right
Bro,
now.
hey, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm tired. But, yeah. newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. We're answering a question today from our boy, the only fan in correspondence with us right now, Sketchy Mike. So, if you guys have any fun questions you want to ask us, shoot us a line. We got you. If you don't want to do the email, you can comment under any of the videos that we post, whether it's the full-length version of the podcast or the little highlight breakouts we make for you every week. You can also subscribe to us there. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Give us a like. Give us a share. That would be super awesome of y'all. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. If you prefer audio podcasts, usually the audio version of the pod goes up first. So, it'll be a fun time. If you guys can't get enough of us, you want to get us sooner, get us on iTunes, Spotify. Leave us a 5-star review while you're there. Help us out. The robots need to find us so we can be boosted on the algorithm on everybody's pages, And I think that's it for the plugs. I think that's it. Without further ado, let's get into the show proper.
The world becomes my gun.
World Trigger.
Spoiler alerts.
Oh, I didn't do the spoiler alerts. Spoiler alerts ahead for World Trigger and also everything else we're talking about.
Everything else.
We're spilling the beans. We're spilling the beans. This is World Trigger chapter 221. The first of the 2 new chapters that we got this month. Last we left off, everybody got their grades for the special assignment, which was basically tasking all of these squads with the question of why were the rank wars basically held the way they were, with not one-on-one between teams, but like 2 or with 3 or 4 teams at any given point in time. And a lot of people got varying degrees of answers. there were, an assortment of people who got pretty good score on that question. Osamu being one of them, Katora being another, and so on. Last we left off with Katora's squad actually is they were trying to figure out what exactly they were missing in terms of the special assignment, because they thought they got pretty high marks, but they were like, well, obviously something's off because we didn't, get the perfect grade. So what is it that we were missing? And they decided to call Azuma, who is basically the town sage. He's the oldest in this exams, and he has the most experience in Border, being that he was a former A rank. I think it was A rank number 1 at one point too.
He was definitely the top sniper at one point.
No, I think he was in the top squad. He was the captain of of the best squad in Border at a time.
Oh shit!
That was like a big twist.
Yeah, I didn't know he was a captain. I knew he was probably a part of the top squad, definitely as a sniper.
No,
but I did not know he was a former captain of an A rank.
Yeah, I think he was like A rank number 1 captain, but I could be wrong about that. I remember that being like a big little like mini twist that they threw in there. That Azuma is like a big fucking deal. And yeah, so they ask him for help. Katora calls him in particular. She's like, "Hey, could you explain to me what how you would have responded to the assignment?" Because first of all, they're also surprised that they didn't let Azuma tackle this. But yeah, Azuma's like, "Well, I would have said the same thing you said, Katora." Yeah, he's got like a phone.
Oh, chill, like, yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah, he says
they're pretty good, man. But I would have added this and that.
Yeah, Yeah, and in so many words that Azuma basically says that he added that if the goal was stable strategies that laid to identical tactics, then what would happen if you find out you come across something that you've never seen before in the neighborhood, So the part of this was also to get a variety of triggers to be used that you're not necessarily familiar with or would have seen if it was like strictly one-on-one, So basically, getting a skill set, being diverse in problem solving with weapons that you've never seen before, all that stuff. And she's like, Katora's like, you're right. I should have put that down. And Azuma's like, hey, relax, buddy. You got it mostly right. I wouldn't have said anything really different from you. I only added one extra thing. So, and one interesting thing that they said is that like Katora was like, I was just thinking about like the word count and, like trying to give a good satisfactory answer.
Yeah.
So she worked backwards from the character limit. And that's deep in a way. You know what I mean? Like thinking about things that you don't like really think about.
That's tactical in its own sense, the way she went about it. And I think that's kind of the point Azuma's making, or what Board is trying to do in the first place, to get a bunch of different types of people that think, differently, that all, all think critically, but in their own unique way. And that way you could figure out a lot of different, results and solutions. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
You gotta love it.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's basically it. They kind of hang up there. Oh no, she actually asked them about Ninomiya's squad, and they're like, "Wait, you weren't in charge of the squad's special assignment?" It's like, "Nah, Ninomiya had Emma do it," and Azuma basically is like, "I think Ninomiya picked the teammates that he did because he's just trying to train the younger agents." And I'm like, whoa.
Like a big bro.
Honestly?
Big bro Nino?
Whoa. That's just, it's just like another side of Ninomiya. He's been this cold motherfucker this whole time. And he's like, let me take these youngins under my wing.
Right. Let me guide the youths.
Yeah.
The youths down.
Yo, good for him, man. I like him a little bit more now. And you know what else is great? He's not wearing a suit to do it.
Sure isn't.
He's got this nice shirt on with like a sushi with sushi on it. That's the picture on his. But that's about it.
Yeah, that sure is. It looks like, is that shrimp? No, I can't tell. Maybe eel.
It looks like sushi, some sort. I don't know what.
Well, no, yeah, I was trying to figure out what kind of sushi it was. But that definitely is sushi. That's a nice catch. I did not notice that.
Yeah, I really like the designs of the shirt. They're just like random things. I think like Azuma's shirt is some sort of fruit. But anyway.
Yeah, pomegranate.
Yeah, that's the
pomegranate on the shirt.
Yeah.
I like what Ninomiya said to I don't want to say this for thoughts. I like what Ninomiya said to Ima. He said, "No sense grumbling about it. Accept the results and plan for next time."
Mm-hmm.
That's what's so awesome about these tests and these drills and situations is, you can't plan, you can't know exactly what's out there, but what you can do is train yourself to be malleable, train your mind to be malleable in order to, think quick on your feet and, like I said earlier, figure out more solutions or be able to suss out, have the ability to even think creatively to create more situations for success for yourself.
Yeah.
I like that, man. That's also what Ninomiya is saying. It's like
keep talking. I just got to plug in my thing.
Daisuke. It's like what Daisuke's trying to. I'm sorry.
No, keep talking. I'm just gonna plug in my computer.
Oh yeah. Nah, it's like Daisuke's gospel. You know what I mean? He's been preaching that shit for like 4 chapters in like 2 months.
Yeah.
And I like that because I think it's really important that he's saying that. It's like that gives credence to what I believe as far as I believe, human beings are at their best when they work together, and I think we evolved to work together. Mm-hmm. So I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah. So yeah, they hang up together, and then Azuma just like looks at Emma, who's struggling, and remembers Katora, who's also like trying to find answers, and Azuma says something interesting, and maybe it's a translation thing, but it's interesting how he words this, because I think like what he says here is that like I'm not only here to watch over them, am I? And I think like there's something interesting about that, because I feel like Azuma's been doing kind of that the entire time we've seen him, is just kind of like looking over people, like his teammates, for example, like the younger people, where he's kind of like a caretaker and not so much of a mentor, so to speak. But I don't know. I feel like there's a special reason that Azuma's in B rank right now as opposed to his former A rank, and I know it has something to do with like developing younger talents to a degree.
This is making me want to reread World Trigger again, because I feel like his demotion is linked to Chika's sister or brother, older brother or older sister, I forget. The sniper?
No, her older brother was just a guy who stole triggers and ran to the neighbor world. I think. Because I think like I think he was part of something. Like the sniper that you're referring to is Ninomiya's former teammate.
Ah, I see. Which is why he has such a grudge.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting that he has Chica on his team. All right, yeah. We already established that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's why he also picked Azuma. Like a teacher's assistant in a way.
Right. With all these other snipers with him, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Anyway, at Kakezaki's squad, Taichi is kind of like freaking out about, the special exam, because we find out in a flashback that he was tasked with coming up with the special assignment, and he's like, You guys are probably thinking I should do the special assignment because I'm getting my ass kicked in the battle sims. He's like, aren't you a huge gamer? And he's like, no, I mean, he's like me. He's like,
I mean, I fuck around.
I play Madden mostly, but that's about it. I don't like games that make me think too hard. I'm very much that. I'm not a puzzle guy. When a puzzle shows up in a video game, I'm like, man, fuck you, dude.
I love the puzzles though.
Man, puzzles piss me off.
You like Zelda though.
Hmm?
You like Zelda though.
Not really. I've never played Zelda for a lot.
Ooh, oh yeah. Okay. Well, it's got a lot of puzzles.
I know.
They're not intense though.
I don't like puzzles.
If you can enjoy and understand World Trigger, you could figure out a fucking Zelda puzzle.
I could,
right?
but I don't want to. It's not a matter of ability. So I don't want
Fair
to.
enough.
I'd rather the only puzzle I care about is deconstructing defenses on Madden, picking apart defenses, and also
Right.
offenses.
Especially when, they tackle people forward.
Yeah. You've seen it. Oh my god, I'm so glad I finally have someone who witnessed it.
This shit is so dumb.
It was just straight
I'm
up.
gonna redact that you tackled him forward.
No, when I say the amount of times that like I've tackled someone into the end zone,
or past that first down, you're like,
yeah, I just want to throw my control directly through my television. It's frustrating, but that's where Tai Chi's at right now. He's not feeling great because he feels bad because he didn't do well on the special exam. And now the entire team seems to be, well, not the entire team. Basically, Kage and Inukai are basically arguing about it because Kage is like, Kageura is just like, you're the one who fucking pushed him into this. Maybe he didn't want to do it. Why did you make him do it? And he's like, well, it wasn't my fucking intent, I was just speaking my mind for the good of the squad. We can't make big decisions based on emotions and gut feelings. Or maybe that's how you run shit in Kageura's squad. Ooh, boy.
He's fixing.
He said, oh my god. Kakizaki pulls him aside, basically. For a second, I was like, he looks like, you probably don't remember this character, but he looks like Susumin, who's on Suicide Squad, the one with the eyes closed all the time.
Yes.
For a second, he
I
looked
know what
like
you're
him.
talking about. He looks just like him.
Yeah, for a second.
But his eyes open.
Yeah. No, when his eyes open, I was like, oh, it's Kakizaki.
Yeah, the other guy looks like Brock.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Kakizaki pulls Inukai aside and is like, hey, man, don't rile up Kage. You usually get along with with pretty much everybody. And something very interesting happens. Again, Inukai talks about how, like, well, a while back, Kage told me that, like, my face creeps him out because it never matches what I'm feeling on the inside. So, whenever I'm around him, I try to speak my mind more and hold nothing back. Because remember, Kageura's side effect is that he can, like, kind of sense people's negative emotions towards him. And when he feels that, it kind of hurts him physically. Like, it's like a little prickly sensation, as he describes it. Inukai's like, well, I'm just trying to let it all out, be more honest around him. And, we couldn't even hold a conversation back in the day. So this is actually the best our relationship has ever been.
I constantly forget that Kageura has that
side effect.
That side effect.
Well, it's been years since, like, he's brought it up, technically. You know what I mean? Like, it's been a long time.
I am blown away. It has literally been years.
Yeah, man. I mean, I own every World Trigger volume, and I need to read it, man. I have so much manga, dude. I have so much manga that I have to reread. I really want to reread My Hero and World Trigger and Jujutsu Kaisen. I even have Chainsaw Man. Basically, my bookshelf is the Hall of Fame. Like, I don't have much space here, but if I own your volumes, you're my manga Hall of Fame, basically.
Respect.
But anyway, the chapter kind of ends with Kakizaki also being like, well, it wasn't that, I like. Inukai remarks that, like, Kakizaki probably picked us for the battle phase, so Kage and I will do right by you there. We're not going to let our complications get in the way of what this is. And Kakizaki's like, well, that's not why I brought you here exactly. You know, there's another reason I picked you and Kage for my squad. And I'm like, oh, Kakizaki scheming.
Right.
Meanwhile, in Mizukami's squad, the operator, she's not the operator, is she? I think she is, actually.
Yes. No, the girl with the short hair.
Yeah,
is the operator.
she's the one with... who's this character again?
That.
Anyway. She basically is like, I find it odd how, like, we're actually killing it pretty hard right now. And it's like, it's the margin that's concerning. It's like, we're really...
Wait. Time out.
What?
Is it just me, or is Nasu not?
Nasu's not here.
Why?
Well, I think like she's sickly, so she can't really go many places on her own.
Oh,
Outside of her Tryon body, she's like kind of bedridden for the most part.
I see. You're right. That was kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the sniper that was on their squad, she moved away.
Yeah, she moved away.
So it's only
Kumagai.
Oh my god. So who is she?
I don't remember. Maybe like because she's not wearing her usual clothes. I don't remember.
Right. Is this the girl it's in the ponies? I think this is the girl that fought against Chica and won.
I don't remember.
No, she didn't win. But remember when she got the piece of debris and blocked the shot?
No, that's... Oh no! Yeah, you're right. It might be her actually. Wow. Yeah, she has her hair down, so that's why it's like... Oh, it is her. If you see her little like bubble head, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the speech bubble head when they're not there and they try to clarify who's talking when. It's her little fishtail hairstyle, so it's her. Yeah, you're right.
Oh shit, that's a good way to detect it. Where did you see it at?
On the
next chapter?
Yeah, the next chapter.
Okay.
Which is chapter 222, the away mission.
Yeah. We're gonna give all our final thoughts at the end of the two chapters. All right.
I will remark though, like as much as I do like World Trigger's art, this may be a little weakness, and I say this as someone who draws everybody virtually the same. Is that everybody?
Like it's really showing itself here. Like
yeah. Sometimes it's hard.
He can't really avoid it.
Yeah, he's actually a really good artist, but this like is one thing that is a little bit of a hindrance. It doesn't ruin World Trigger in the slightest for me, but sometimes you just like lose track of who's who because there's something about how everybody kind of looks the same depending on how he draws them. It's hard to make out people, but I still love his art regardless, especially in battle scenes. My God. Anyway, this is World Trigger chapter 222, the away mission test part 20. And we start where we last left off. Mizukami squad are basically sus about the large margin of points they're winning by. Arufune is currently in the shower during this conversation. And Mizukami hears this and is like, my schemes. Yeah. Yeah, the operator lady.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Uh-huh. What are you saying?
Nah, right? Like, you're upset that we're doing the best?
You're upset that
we're trying to get to the bottom of why we're so superior? Which is reasonable, I guess.
Yeah.
Either way you look at it, it's like it is reasonable to think like, damn, like why are we kicking so much ass? But peep the finesse.
Oh my God.
Bracco.
Okay, so wait, Okudera and the operator are basically agreeing. You know, they're like, well, we did really well on the special assignment, right? And he's like, yeah, but it was like much better than Kodera's squad or the squad with Kuroichi. I don't know. I don't think that would explain the gap. And she asks if the higher ups sent a breakdown score, a detailed breakdown of their score. Mizukami's like, they sure didn't.
Nah. I don't know about that.
I actually don't remember if they did.
Yeah. They break down like where everyone's he's holding all of that shit.
No, I think like they talked about it amongst themselves, but I don't think they shared it with them. So I think this may be
because they had to know how they did with the battle scores.
No, because I mean, Katora had to call Azuma to kind of figure out why. So I think he's telling the truth here, because they wouldn't tell you why you were wrong. I guess right now they'll probably wait till after the test.
But they would have to see the battle data to understand the full score. That is the difference.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a missing piece. There's a whole chunk that's not being represented other than just the regular reports they do in the special assignment.
Yeah, I don't know. Do they get like super detailed outside of like I think they all get the battle thing. I think she's asking specifically about the special assignment.
Right. But all right. They don't know about the battle sims because he's been doing it all alone. And it's not like they're all in cahoots together, like, okay, we're gonna let the captain do them by himself. He's trying to withhold that information.
Oh, okay.
How else could he withhold that information if they don't all get a detailed report? But how else could all the other teams talk? I mean, for sure, the Makumo squad, they broke down their score. They knew that like what their scores were, and they could clearly see who did like really well.
Yeah.
Mizukami did well because his squad was doing well because he was smoking everyone. Well, they were smoking they thought that his team was smoking everybody. Mm-hmm. So like everyone else knows very well why they're so much in the lead, and that's why they don't know. So that leads me to believe that he's clearly withholding that, like he got the information and he's withholding it.
Yeah. No, Mizukami's already been doing this. I'm not necessarily super doubting it. But yeah, no, I buy that. In any case, they're just like, maybe the other squads are just like not doing so great overall. And they're like, yeah, possibly, I mean, it could be possible that, they're not doing great, but, everybody fell on day 2. So maybe it's not that we particularly scored high, but rather the other squads are bad or doing not well. And they're like, well, why don't we ask them? the Bree girl is like, why don't we ask them? And Mizukami's like, yeah. She's like, oh, you sure you want to do that? You want to call them and be like, why are we so good? And why are you so bad?
Yeah, he really goes, he really sells it too.
Yeah, she's pissed. She gets annoyed by it because he's being mad rude. He's being mad condescending. He's like, ooh, why do we call them? And be like, hey, why do you suck? And why do we rule?
That's literally what he said to her.
Yeah.
He said, oh, is that so? Nothing went wrong or yet in at all? I suppose we really are that awesome. And it's like, he sounds ridiculous, but it's getting to her.
Yeah. No.
Like I said, it's one thing to be a sore loser, but it's not every day I meet a sore winner. You're 1 in a million, Teruya.
Oh my god!
Shit for that.
Yo, Mizukami,
and she's not a dumb girl.
Yo, yeah,
she's not dumb. So like,
well, she immediately was like, well, he's going real hard right now to make sure that we don't do this. So maybe he's like OD like hiding something. And then she's like, you know what? That's not good. It's not good for the team. I can't let my suspicions affect my attitude. Which honestly, good for her being the youngest to be so fucking mature, because somebody should have blacked on this dude.
What the fuck are you talking about, man? We're gonna talk to everybody else.
You know what? See me in the rank wars.
Nobody's thinking that.
See me in the rank wars. I shoot you in the face. But yeah, Teruya looks at Mizukami and is like, hey, how are you doing with the universal assignments? He's like, I'm doing all right. And she's like, well, let me know if there's anything I can do to help. 2 heads are better than one, I always say. And Mizukami, rude as fuck. It's like, I never really cared for folksy sayings like that. It might sound all smart, but where's the evidence? And she's like, well, you could find a lot of wisdom in proverbs, basically.
Right, there's a reason they're people been saying them for hundreds of years in the first place, because there is some type of truth and
yeah,
validity to it.
Yeah,
that redundant? Truth and validity.
Yeah, and she's like, "Well, take this." She said this one.
Yep. Anyways. You're trying to just be like, yeah, don't worry about it, Josh. That was smooth. I had to make it a molehill, a mountain.
Yeah,
I made a mountain.
Josh is going real hard right now. You think he's
Just
hiding
like
something?
Perugia.
She basically just goes like, "The fool learns from personal experience. The wise man learns from history." And Mizukami's like, well, "I guess I'm the fool then." And she's like, "What do you mean that you're calling yourself some wise guru? Like I said, you're one in a million." I'm like, "Oh my god." Even the operator had to break in like,
Yeah, like he's really dragging that shit.
yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Mizukami goes hard. He's like, "I'm sorry. I can't stand folks who try to make their point by whipping out proverbs that just happen to back them up."
The way he drew the fucking arrow.
It's like, "Yo, she's just a young girl, dude." Chill. The operator just like yanks Mizukami into the back room as right as Arifune is done with his shower, and he's just like, "Hey, we having a heart to heart? Is everything okay?" He's just like, and Mizukami's like, "Nah, I'm just in trouble." He's like, "What'd you do?" Basically, the operator's like, "I know you're up to something, Mizukami, and if something like that happens again, I'm not gonna cover for you. What are you hiding? Can you tell the two of us at least?" And Mizukami's like, "No, I can't." He said, "I cannot." He's like, "If I tell just you guys, that might cause a rift in the team. If you're the only people who know, and they're the only people that don't know, because I don't want them to know, then it might cause a rift down the road. It's better for only one of us to be a liar." And she asked Arifune, who's captain himself. He's like, "What do you think about this?" He's like, "It's not up to me, dude. That's our captain, dude. Well, it's up to him."
If he wants to run the ship into the fucking ocean, hey, we'll just take over.
Yeah.
Once the threat is real.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. Arifune is basically like, well, whatever he's doing, it's earning us points. I mean, we're desperately in the lead right now. We're pretty much raffle stomping this whole fucking exam. So whatever he's doing.
I like how Bracco is like.
Mm-hmm. And he says, he says if he needs our help, he will ask. He'll need to. And the operator's just worried that like at the end of the day, whatever happens here could just destroy the squad's faith in him. And Arifune is like, then that's when we take over. If it all blows up in his face, then we'll be the leaders.
She's still on the watching stuff. Like, bitch, we might take over this shit.
Yeah.
Better watch your step, dog.
You better watch out, dude. You can do what you want, dude. But you fucked this up, and we're taking over. Back outside, Teruya is upset. There's been rude things thrown at her a little bit, and she's like, I just realized this about myself. It's like I also hate people who just like use proverbs like that, to make their point as opposed to like actually, coming up with hard evidence. And Okudera is just like, I don't know. I don't shy away from proverbs myself, He says something really wise here where it's like, keep in mind, this is a mission to another world, So using our own world's wise sayings and maxims as guideposts could be a risky approach,
Yeah, which is why Mr. Broccoli had, what's his actual Japanese name?
Mizukami.
Wow, that's his name, huh? Mm-hmm. All right, Mizukami. That's why he said he was a fool before, because she's saying, I guess he was implying that, look, I'm not relying on conventional earthly wisdom. I'm gonna do me, and then we're gonna go out to this alien fucking world, and Lord knows what, but it ain't gonna be relying on proverbs.
Yeah,
that's what's going on in Mizukami's head.
Yeah, and Okudera kind of breaks it down as such. Is like, if we cling on to these ideas, like these ideas that we know so well, very familiar with, we won't be able to think for ourselves when we're in an unfamiliar place where those proverbs may not necessarily apply. So, it's good to not really think about it. At least that's how he thinks about it. He says, Toria's like, that's not how I got it, but all right. Okay. Mizukami didn't even mean it that way. He pokes his head out and is just like, I didn't mean it that way. I really don't like people who talk like that. There's no deep reason.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're just like kind of finding the good in Mizukami in a very sweet way. This isn't Okudera. My bad. This is Kashio. My bad. Once again, with everybody's hair down, everybody looks the same.
Is it Casio?
Yeah. Is Okudera the other kid, and he's Kashio?
Okudera is...
Damn, dude. I don't know if it's more that I'm tired or that I'm misremembering.
I know Casio is on Ikoma Squad.
Yes. Yeah.
And so is the kid with the blonde hair, and it's the Spike.
No, the one spike kid, the two one spiked kids, they're on Azuma's squad. Okudera is the black haired one. I remember that. I think. Whatever.
Perhaps. Well,
there's mad characters in here. Leave us alone.
It is a ton of characters, and they all get a lot of attention. Thank God.
They do. I do appreciate that. Anyway, Mizukami's like, these are good kids. I'm so glad that they're understanding of me and making up reasons for them to like me. I'm really lucky to be in this team. Meanwhile, back on...
Nachi. So they just let him do his shit.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I think this is... I forget whose squad Yuba was on. I know he's not the leader of the squad, but whatever squad's Yuba is on, he's looking over the test results, and he's... Oh, actually, the battle sim scores, and he's like freaking out because he doesn't seem to be... He doesn't seem to be like doing particularly well at them.
Yeah.
So he's like... He bails out of the battle sims, and just elects to do the special assignment. So that works out, and he's like, "Hey, I know you don't like video games, so the special assignment really helped us out. So stop brooding." He's like, "So what are you brooding about?" Yuba's like, "I'm not brooding. You got that?"
Squeeze his face.
Yeah. Yuba's one of the cooler characters. I really like him a lot.
I forget that he was a part of this.
Mm-hmm. So he's like, well, the battle sims are hard. We're not. None of us are really nailing it. And Yuba's like, I don't have any issues with all of you as long as you're like pulling your weight. I don't have any problems. But Kuruma had to give me special treatment, and that doesn't sit well with me. And I guess they're gonna like practice the battle sims. I don't know if they could do. I forgot if they could just like play offline mode for a while, 2-player. But yeah, he's like, then I'll do it. Then I'll help you.
Since that'd be lit.
Yeah, and they're practicing together.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Anyway, cutting back to Suwa's squad. They're getting ready for bed. The sniper dude from Ikoma squad, I believe, he's like, "Hey man, this is actually crazy, but Suwa's turning out to be a pretty good leader. Did you see that coming?" He's like, "Yeah, I know, it's crazy." And he talks about how he went to Hisato to talk before the exam started, Hisato's like, "Well, actually, Sue, you should be glad that Sue is in charge." And at first he was like, "Really?" But he was right. Even he was like, even Katori's starting to cool her jets. And Osamu remembers that like Sue was saying that as long as like she's still talking, we're fine. So,
Right, and he mentioned that she quieted down a little too much during
mhm,
the second half of today.
mhm.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I think like Osua's just like particularly good at reading people and understands how they tick. Um, so basically, Osamu also brings up is like, hey, actually about that score, about the score that Mizukami got. What do you think is happening there? Suwa said that he has like an idea about it, and he's like, actually, I've been thinking about it a lot. And the chapter ends with the sniper guy going like, do you think maybe that Mizukami is running the battle sims all by himself?
Even Oki figured that out,
That's
man.
not
I don't
Oki.
think he's dumb, but he. I didn't take him to
Oh,
be
he is
like
Oki.
the huh?
I got them mixed up with OG and Ogi. Oki.
Oki, right? That's
Yeah.
his name.
OG squad is OG is the captain. Oki. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you're right.
It's the one that Kagehara hates.
Yeah. But yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, Oki figured it out. So I guess I don't know what this means for everybody else. I think like particularly Osamu's squad, are they going to try to adapt the same tactics? Are they going to do something else? Let's find out in the next chapter. But
Imagine Mukumo takes over. Woo!
I don't know if he will.
Or just Katori.
I don't think Katori will either. I think this is like very much Suwa's squad, and I think they're going to present an idea next chapter.
This is Mukumo squad. Fuck out of here.
Anyway, Josh, what did you think about these chapters?
What did I think? Well, first I thought that I was blessed to be alive at the same time as World Trigger being serialized. I mean, I do think that every single time it comes out, but I just had to, let you know. But aside from that, I thought, well, I shared a few thoughts earlier, but I really enjoyed the deep dive into the team mechanics. Going into this, I didn't know how much of it we were going to get because I understand that mangaka have limits, these authors, and they only have so much time on their hand, but it feels like Daisuke has unlimited time, which just is not true. So, I hope this isn't like bittersweet, but it's just, all right, I'm saying all that to say, like, even the squads that he didn't show, I feel like he will show them at another point, going through, trying to make a point. Like, I feel like it's easy for him to include a bunch of characters in his story because he literally uses them as examples to get certain points across. I mean, even to the point that sometimes all of like the older, quote unquote, smarter, wiser people tend to think the same unless they're on like really extreme ends like Ninomiya and well, I can't think of anyone else on the other extreme end of his side of his elite skill, but anyway, yeah, he could, they still have personality and that's what he does, like, in between the messages, but they all seem, when these squads talk, they seem to try to get to a certain point in lesson, about team dynamics, relationships, self-confidence, giving the effort and not being afraid to fail. It's always a lot of that same kind of messaging being echoed through the other, through all of the characters. That's what this that's it. That was the thought that came out to me that when I first initially read this. I really appreciate this this series for doing that.
Yeah,
It's not easy. I know it's not easy because I've seen some of my favorite series drop off in quality because they couldn't, or they chose not to. In my opinion, this series really suits what I enjoy to read in a comic. What can I say?
Yeah. No, I mean,
Jujutsu Kaisen's lit too.
Yeah. I mean, I 100% agree with you. A lot of this chapter was about like how the individual squads handle like adversity, I think there were a lot of characters who a lot of the squads that were focused on were the squads that aren't doing so hot or like middle of the road ish kind of guys.
Right. Aside from Mizukami's.
Yeah,
They had their own issue.
but even that was like more. The whole thing was about keeping the teams together and solving conflict that are internal, where they're not like nasty about it. There's no like, except for probably Inukai and Kagura, which you can a little bit make an argument about, but you know,
Yeah, I mean, you could even argue that it's not as bad because they may have argued, but at least, like Inukai said, they're having a conversation, and that's what Kagura wants in the first place. You know, I mean, he doesn't have to like it, but I'm sure he'll respect the fact that he's speaking his mind.
no,
I thought that was,
yeah,
I thought that was really, really interesting, man.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what to think going into this dynamic. I thought they were just gonna butt heads and he was gonna be slick all the time, but it was a little deeper than that, and I think that's a little. I think maybe I missed that because I forgot about Kagura's side effect.
yeah,
But it just makes so much more sense, and that's something like that was supposed to be like a combat, something he brought up for the sake of combat that's being used in a relationship dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? As a plot device, that's incredible, man. That's that's outside of the box.
Yeah. I mean, all the side
I'm not
effects.
saying other series haven't done that, but
All the side effects have that. There's like something to be said about how the side effects in World Trigger are very. They're not flashy. You know, there's nobody shooting beams everywhere. You know, as like their side effect. As their side effect. You know, their side effect is more sensory, and you know, when you have powers like that, you know, you have Kikuchihara with his hearing, and how that's affected his life. You have Yuma who can detect lies. You know. There's stuff like they all have that about themselves. So every side effect has kind of like a social implication to it as well. I think that's smart. But no,
Right.
the point I guess was I was trying to make with Inukai is that like their dynamic. Yeah, it's actually a healthy thing they're doing, but I guess like that the whole thing's about conflict resolution. You know, between Mizukami and Tatsuya, I think her name is. I forget. I'm sorry. The young girl. You know.
so
Yeah, Yuba. You know, all these characters are going through adversity, and you know what this series really reminded me of in this moment is kind of Haikyuu. You know, there was a lot of like these like poetic moments in Haikyuu where. A lot of Haikyuu, like you think back at how much of Haikyuu is about like basically philosophy, and is almost like a self-help book, a self-help series in a way.
damn, yeah, almost.
That's why I like that series a lot, and this is what like World Trigger reminded me. Usually, it's very much Jujutsu Kaisen with all its like rules and complicated structures. How like Ashihara thinks of everything on every level. But today it reminded me a lot of Haikyuu, where there's like a lot of applicable life lessons and, you know, really just talking about ideas as opposed to just battle strategies, you know, all these things. Because there's like a psychological component to this kind of stuff as well. But yeah, I really appreciated it for that. World Trigger is fantastic, guys.
Yeah, it is incredible. And thanks for listening, guys. If you guys read it, more power to you. If you're not, cool that you're listening along. I encourage you to read.
Yeah, no, I think like World Trigger, we get a lot of views on our World Trigger videos, and I know you're all out there watching because like not a lot of people talk about it, I think, and it should be. If you guys are listening to the pod, you don't know World Trigger really. If there's one series that like I really want to advocate for, it's World Trigger, 100%. Everything else feels like it has backing. Everything else we talk about feels like it has like enough backing that we don't need to recommend it.
Even Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, World Trigger's the one, man. Find it.
The hiatus took, man. If it was still weekly.
Yeah, if it was still in Jump. If it was still in Jump, but you know,
it'd be on top of the fucking mountain right now.
It should be. You know, I mean, you know, here's the thing: like people are out there. There are people who avidly love this series. And the people who don't know about it, like, man, tell them. If they're into manga, if they're into shonen, tell them about World Trigger because, you know, they will thank you later. It's such a great series. We hope that it continues on. Every month is just scary, because every month you may wake up to Ashihara not feeling well. Knock on wood. So, honestly, I'm actually kind of glad that these chapters are kind of chill, where all he has to do is really draw people sitting around.
Right. Like, okay.
All right, this is cool.
You good coast, bro. As long as the company's cool with it, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Do whatever the equation is to make this last and get to where it needs to go.
Yeah.
By any means.
Much respect to Ashihara. He's writing like he has forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's really taking his time with it. And you mentioned earlier that like a lot of maybe manga don't do that. And I'm really starting to slowly discover this. Is that not everybody could be Oda. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not everybody has it. And it's not like a talent thing or whatever, but like the endurance to do this for 24 years on one story, when you really think about it, like the amount of like health issues that come from manga artists,
the passion.
Yeah. And
I mean, what else could it be?
Yeah, I liken it a lot to like athletes, like I feel like athletes, when you think about it, it's like, well, I can't do this shit forever because I want to enjoy being old. I'd like to hang out with my family when I'm
right. I want to be able to walk and take a hike with my children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And, not everybody could be Oda. It just like really stretch a story out for 22 years, 24 years. So, Ashihara is probably the last person to do that. He's really taking his time with this series, and, we appreciate it all the way through. He's really a wonderful writer. So, pick up World Trigger. We say it every month. We're always trying to find new ways to say that we love World Trigger, but,
And next month, Lord willing, we're going to find out some more ways.
Yeah, we're going to do it all again. But, but anyway, that was
Global Gun.
Global Gun.
The world becomes my gun.
So anyway, I guess we should move on. That was World Trigger. Let's do it. Boruto. This is Boruto chapter 68. This is chapter 68, Scar. And so last we left off with Boruto, he was resurrected by the Boruto equivalent of the Nine-Tailed Fox, I guess, the Momoshiki, the Otsutsuki alien that lives within his body.
Momoshiki, two-tailed beast.
Yeah. And basically, last chapter, Boruto was saved from certain death by Momoshiki, who had to either choose between never fully resurrecting and dying entirely. So he was like,
we between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, so now he's like, fuck. So, now he has given up the final 18% of his DNA to resurrect Boruto in exchange for not being able to fully come into his own within Boruto's body. So cool. Good for Momoshiki. He escaped death for now. But that was a one-time get-out-of-jail-free card. So next time Boruto runs into the situation, it's over.
Yeah, he can't go off dying and shit.
Yeah, no more one-ups for him. And so now we're dealing with the fallout from that. Boruto is being examined by Amato and the scientist dude from the first arc. And they're like, whoa, you're saying you were resurrected using karma? Boruto explains the whole situation. And Amato is like, well, we're not completely out of the woods. This is great and all because he can't resurrect, but that doesn't stop him from really taking over Boruto's consciousness from time to time. And Boruto's like, oh, the doctor's like, hey, well, we have the meds for that. Maybe that'll work out. And Boruto's like, don't need them. And they're like, what? Don't need them.
I'm good off them ills, Doc.
Yeah, put them perks away. I don't need them.
Yeah, put them Yerkies back. I'm straight off those.
I don't need them, Doc. Put them Xannies away. Put them Otsutsuki Xannies away, dude. I don't need them anymore.
I'm straight, Doc.
Yeah, so Amato's like, okay.
As he smokes his cigarette.
Yeah, you know when Amato is smoking cigarettes, you know he's scheming.
Always plotting something between every pole.
Nicotine and plaids.
I couldn't laugh too hard because I smoked in my fucking throat.
Sorry about that. I timed that poorly. Anyway, back at Kawaki, he's knocked out. He's KO'd. He's really put himself through something with the accessing of Ishiki's karma. So, you know.
Bro, this guy still ain't get his face healed?
Yeah, you mean Ibiki?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ibiki, well, those are scars forever.
There's no way, bro. They don't ninja magic. Come on.
Nope.
Tsunade's dead, right?
No, she's around, I think. Scars are scars, bro. No, she's around for sure. She's, she can't fix scars, dude. They're already scars.
Sure.
He's bald, too, and he's got mad holes in his head. Do you remember that?
No.
When you pulled off the mask, when you pulled off the fucking headband that he has like multiple holes in his head from torture.
Holy oh, the indents.
Yeah. They're not indents, my friend. They're fucking holes. They're I don't know. Look it up. But I remember them being full on holes in his head.
Oh my god! I'm looking that up right now.
His name is Ibiki. If you need a
okay.
Ibiki.
I'm gonna look up holes in Ibiki's head.
Yeah. Holes in Ibiki's head. Anyway.
Yeah.
So Ibiki is just like, with his holes in his head, are like you're really planning to leave him unbound with all this power? And Shikamaru's like, well, we can't restrain him even if we wanted to. So, it's not. There's no point in binding him. So all we can do is have faith that he's just not going to fuck us over. And yeah, it's all right. We'll talk to him when he wakes up. Sasuke pulls up. Old man Sasuke.
Old man. They're not even that old, right?
No, they're like
30s or something.
Yeah, they're like in their mid 30s, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe early.
Whoa.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
I told you he has holes in his head. That was a deep pull. I haven't seen Ibiki doesn't show up that much. Look at this old noggin working finally.
He needs water from the North Pole, bro.
He needs the pure moon water from Avatar.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
The one she had around her neck.
Sakura sucks. She needs to put one of them slugs on this nigga's head. and help him.
Yeah. Here's some slugs for the holes in your head.
Right. Have them, do their thing.
Yeah.
And heal them. No? It doesn't work like that?
No, it doesn't work that way. Sorry, bud. Slugs can't heal everything, unfortunately.
Don't say sorry to me. Say sorry to Ibiki.
You're right. I'm sorry, Ibiki.
Damn, bro.
I apologize, Ibiki. Anyway, so Sasuke has been, doing stuff. He went to the little icy tundra that Code found Ada at. We just found this lab. It was weird. And Shikamaru was like, that sounds sufficiently sketchy. Any conclusive evidence that Code...
sketch.
Yeah. And he's like, is there any conclusive evidence that Code is there? And he's like, not really. There's an acquaintance of Code's there a man named Bug. So, Shikamaru is like, all right, I'll order a deployment since we have no other lead. So, I'll send some folks over there. Sasuke is like...
Let's see what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they'll die.
Maybe. More than likely. Actually,
More than likely. I'll
actually,
send some fodder. Don't worry.
yeah, they'll die, and we'll be like, what? And then the whole thing. Who could kill this many shinobi?
Oh no! Not those guys.
Not shinobi of Konoha.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, he's like, Sasuke is like, I heard about what Kawaki did. Is it true? And he's like, yep, he killed Boruto, but it all worked out. The only people who know about it are Sai, Ino, Amato, and Katsuke, who is the science guy. I'm realizing now. So he tells Sasuke to go see them because it could be good to see them, especially since your daughter is there, Sasuke. You should go spend time with your daughter. So I guess he goes off to do that. Ada is like, they're also talking over what just happened over there. And Ada's like, you're lucky, Code. They revived Momoshiki revived Boruto, so we can still use him as a fruit thingy, as a seed, or whatever the fuck he is. we can still feed him to the Ten-Tails, and
the plan
it's still going.
Yeah,
we're still doing it. And Ada's like, you took it too far. You used my little brother without my permission. You almost killed Kawaki. That was your fucking job, dude. That was the one thing you were supposed to do, is bring Kawaki to me. So, that worked out. He says, we siblings have absolutely no qualms about disposing of you. I'm like, damn, cold-ass Ada. Code is like, man, we're not even friends. How sad.
Comrades.
Nakama. And Ada's like, well, that's business, dude. If you don't produce results, you'll lose even this sad relationship. I'm like, all right. Code is like, well, lucky for you, I also have plans. And as we figured, he put the belt on Shikamaru's neck. He has a whole ear sticking out of it.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah. And so Shikamaru goes to see Amato, and Shikamaru already doesn't like this guy. So he's like, so about Boruto, is it true he'll just, like, Momoshiki will never resurrect ever again? And Amato's like, yep, 100%. It's never going to happen. And Shikamaru is like, good. That's great, actually. By the way, and then he yanks Amato up. He's like, you know what I want to ask about Kawaki's karma. We then cut over to spend some time with Boruto and his squad mates, talking about the whole situation. Damn, Mitsuki, I think his name is, the Orochimaru kid. He's like, question, why did Code try to kill you when he wanted to feed you alive to Ten-Tails? And Boruto is about to say something, but then he remembers that Shikamaru is like, hey, don't go telling people that Kawaki actually killed you. That would probably not be good for his social standing in life.
Yeah.
Don't tell nobody. And right. Boruto makes up some lies, like about maybe not being able to control himself around him. Yeah. So they just keep asking him questions about, like, is he still going to be targeted now that he still has karma? All that stuff. Sasuke comes in the room and everybody's like, Sasuke! Yeah! Studio audience applauses. And Sasuke is like, they're not going to stop until, like, they get Boruto or something. So, which makes it
right. It's just like, oh nah, he's just gonna wild out now that he know how to. I don't know. I feel like the logic is a little flawed, but I'll talk about that later.
Yeah. But he needs to get his limiters first before he faces Boruto again, which makes his first target Old Man Amado. And that's when Shikamaru is like, what the fuck are you planning with Kawaki? You implanted him with karma without his consent, for none less. And Amato's like, Well, it's simple. He fundamentally he hates karma. I probably wouldn't get it without he wouldn't let me. So I did it.
Right.
I just did it.
Mm-hmm.
Duh.
Yeah, he said he wanted to get stronger, and I was very vague. So I went ahead and did that without his knowledge because I gave him what he wanted.
He said he wanted to be stronger, but he hates karma. So I couldn't tell him I was going to give him karma to make him stronger. So I just did what he wanted, but I gave him karma.
Right.
Easy. Either way, in order for
dot.
Shikamaru was like, man.
Wow.
And he's like, well, I don't regret what I did. We wouldn't be here right now if he didn't have it. So, what if he didn't have it when he needed it? That's why I implanted it ahead of time. You dumb idiot. Shikamaru's like, don't fucking dodge the question. If you ask me, you seem obsessed with Kawaki's karma itself. Why? And that's when Code makes his move and launches himself out of the neck belt and is now hanging on the wall. He's like, sorry to interrupt, but I didn't want to waste this prime opportunity. And then he just smacks the shit out of Shikamaru, sending him flying backwards. You don't disrespect Shikamaru like that, boy. And he immediately goes for Amato. It takes, I guess, the mind-reading core 3 whole minutes. 3 whole minutes to discover Code's presence. And they're like, oh shit, it's Code! And they all go after him. Shikamaru actually is like, don't come here yet. Just inform Naruto and the others. And then he does the shadow possession jutsu on Code. And Code just looks at him and is like, it's useless. I can still move my fingertips to slash his cardoid open.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, you better.
Why is this guy so good?
Yeah, he said, you better hurry up and release my limiters, bitch. I will cut you. Oh my God, Shikamaru's like, you thought I didn't know that you put one of my belts on, your dumb belts on my fucking neck? Your goofy dumb belts? I have an IQ of over 200.
Yeah, dickhead. What happened was that hole you left in the ground, I put my shadow jutsu in it and it reached you from behind while I was sitting in the tree.
Bitch.
That's what happened.
I used to be the smartest character in this show. You think?
Yeah, fuck what you talking about? Think like I wouldn't know. Like I forget Naruto's author's name, but like he would play me like that.
Kishimoto.
Out of here. Beep 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 boop bop. Come on out, Delta.
Beepity beep beep beep. Not Delta. Yeah, he calls out for help from Bronco. And yes, the old body of Delta has been converted into a good guy now. And Code is vexed. He's like, Delta! And he's like, yeah, we reprogrammed this cyborg lady, and now she's going to kick your ass. And she kicks the flying fuck out of Code. Turns her foot into talons?
Into weird, gross karma.
Something like that.
Hands, claws.
Her robot also, her body also has heels on it because that's what robots need. Is heels.
Gendered robots.
6-inch heels on this cyborg that you need to battle. So, yeah. Code tries to escape into his belts, but Shikamaru uses his fucking shadow possession to lift him upward, but he's already got Ada through the claw marks itself, and Ada climbs out with also 6-inch heels. And Amato looks at her like, oh
no,
my daughter that I hinted at. Yeah, right. That I hinted at before. He didn't say that, but he will. Yeah. So that's where the chapter ends. Amato meets Ada. Ada is not very happy. And that's where the chapter ends. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
Does she have a renegade?
No, she has like another eye power that allows her to see the future.
Yeah, I said it.
Mm-hmm.
Something with Gon.
Yeah, Sengon, I think it is. I could be wrong.
Sensugan.
Sensubean Gon.
I'm gonna find it.
Yeah. But yeah.
All right, no, well, I'm not gonna find it. I'm gonna talk about my thoughts. So, I'm actually intrigued with the direction now because obviously they have to deal with code and Delta and all of that. But I'm talking about as far as Boruto and fuck, what's that kid's name?
Kawaki.
Kawaki. You know, they both have karma, so we see like how they end up maintaining it at that scene we seen in the first chapter with them facing off. So I'm really curious what the author's gonna do next. Delta damn, what's up? I'm forgetting all these people's names, bro. Ada, thank you. I wonder what Ada's gonna say to that. Do you think they're gonna confirm it, or do you think they're gonna still dance around?
I think they're gonna confirm it next chapter. I don't see how you can't.
What if she's like, it's you, and she's like, yes,
it's me. It's that guy.
Right, and then she's like, I need you to remove his limiters, and he's like, yes, only because it's you asking me.
Only because you're her and I'm him.
Yeah.
And I will do that thing. But yeah, were those your thoughts?
I was happy. I was happy Shikamaru had a moment to stunt.
For a moment.
Incredibly brief.
Yeah.
But he's playing against gods. He's trying. He's trying his hardest with his shadow jutsu.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this chapter a bit too. I didn't expect the whole code's belt on Shikamaru's neck thing to pay off so quickly, but I'm kind of glad it did. The Bronco twist was like, all right, it was like, I didn't see it coming at all. I didn't think it was Delta in there, so that caught me by surprise a little. I was like, oh, Delta, cool. I wasn't like Delta, but I had a good time. I enjoyed that little twist. I'm excited to see what goes on next because, Amato is like an interesting character to me. I enjoy his presence in the manga. It really does stuff to elevate it. There's an air of mystery around him, and he's kind of like a likable dude,
Yeah. Yeah, somewhat relatable. I mean, he regrets his decisions of the past, so he smokes nicotine. To help get through it as he schemes.
Yeah, that's his. Yeah, he's trying to balance his karmic energy by smoking cigarettes and blackening his lungs.
Sure.
This is how I repent. But yeah, solid chapter of Boruto. I'm excited to see how it goes. I liked it. I like Boruto. It's we had these periods of being like, all right, Boruto, but now we're like, let's go Boruto. I'm here for it.
Yeah, we get into the swing of things a little bit.
Yeah, but with that being said, I suppose we should move onward. Dragon Ball Super. This is Dragon Ball Super Chapter 82. The name of this chapter is Bardock versus Gas. It's all the way on page 39. I don't know why he's doing this Bleach shit. Where he waits.
He did. When I seen it, I was like, is this the second chapter? Did I
when I saw this, it's like, yo, did I miss some pages? Did they upload it weird? I don't know what's going on.
Right. Like, is this a double? A double chapter? Like a double rainbow?
Yeah.
Do you ever see that double rainbow video where you're like, oh man, no way, double rainbow? I'll send it to you later.
Yeah.
It's very fucking hilarious. If you're anyone listening, look up double rainbow on YouTube. I swear. You're welcome for the laugh you're about to have.
I'm sure I've seen it before because it's like an old meme. It's like an old internet video thing, right? So I'm sure I've seen it at one point or another. But back to Dragon Ball. Last we left off, Gas was going off. He's being the brakes off of both Vegeta and Goku, so much so that Vegeta's like, you take this one, Kakarot. I'm not about to get my ass beat for the 12th time. You do it. So they're having a teleportation fight to see who could get who could teleport more. which is really the strategy here is over so many pages. Goku is just teleporting further and further away from the planet's cereal. There's like a moment where they go to prison and all the prison guards just roast him, roast Gas.
Oh, they start cooking him.
They start cooking with
He even
gas.
took a picture of it. He was like, I said there was no urination involved.
He said, I did not wet myself. It was only a few drops because I hadn't been holding it for so long.
He just said, what about the wet stain he saw then? Does your tribe cry out of their crotches? And his man's with the cosign. A sick burn, man. That was funny, Toriyama. That was funny.
And Goku's like,
that was pretty funny.
Goku's like, whoa, you did wet yourself. That's insane. I don't even know how this even started. Oh, because they were just like, remember when I met him? He pissed his pants. That shit's crazy.
Because they try to help, and it was like, yo, let us out these cells. We'll help you kill Son Goku. Fuck that guy. And he was like, man, fall back. Y'all some chumps. And they feel like, remember when your little ass peed your pants.
Oh,
you talking?
I'm sorry. Did we just hear that from Captain Pissy Pants?
Yeah.
No way, dude. Yeah, so, you know.
You tusk-headed pissy pants fucking cultural appropriation. He's not black or Rastafari.
You don't know that. You don't know.
I don't think he has 4C hair or even 3C.
Well, the thing is they all have it. So I think that's them. That's their hair.
Corrected. The entire tribe culturally appropriate. My bad. Thanks for correcting me.
You're right. These are a lot of like just white Rastafarians.
Yes, they always use beeswax and other methods.
Yeah.
They don't need to protect. Listen,
where their hair is just really matted. It's not really.
Right, it has a lot to do with the tusk on their head.
Yeah.
Is he the only one that has horns on his head?
I don't know if we've really like talked about their design, but I don't like it. It's so weird. Everything just feels off. It's like, why do they have horns and dreads?
I thought they were supposed to be like vampires or something.
Dreaded vampires?
Huh?
Vampires with dreads?
I didn't know he had dreads. Not this guy. The other ones.
They all have dreads, dude.
Well, we're gonna see in these next few panels. Let's get that.
Yeah.
So they say he wets himself, and then he's a pissy bitch.
Yeah, they keep teleporting away, and eventually they end up on the same planet as Whis is, where he chills, and they're like, yeah. So they're like, cool.
Like, yo, Whis, beat him up for me, please.
He's like, you could just watch him here. I'll be right back. And then Goku just teleports his way back to the planet Cereal, and Gas is like, what just happened? And Gas tries to teleport back, and he's like, oh, you're just too far to teleport there directly, so and he's like, which way is planet Cereal? And Whis just tells him, he's like, that way, I think. And then Gas just flies off. He could breathe in space, apparently.
Or maybe he just doesn't need oxygen.
No, Frieza can breathe in space.
What is he breathing?
I guess breathing in space was the wrong word. Frieza can...
He does not require oxygen.
Yeah, he does not require oxygen, it seems. So I guess Gas doesn't either.
Frieza, he is the most powerful fighter in the universe.
Frieza for sure does not require. Frieza and his people do not require oxygen. That's 100% confirmed.
Very clear.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Goku's just trying to get everyone the fuck out of there. He's like, yo, we gotta go. He's gonna be here any minute. And that's when Oatmeal shows up, and he's like a robot. He's not just goggles. He's a robot with a worker's helmet or something. And they're like, "Oh, you're a robot," and I'm like, "Yeah, I guess he's a robot." So they get in the car and they ride away. Whis calls him to be like, "Yo, he's coming, dude. He's pissed off."
Yo, he's mad.
Yo, he's hurtling towards you at breakneck speed. That's what he said to him. He said, yo, he'll be there in 20 minutes, bro. So Goku, he's like, so by the way, how's your training going? And he's like, I don't know, man. How do I learn to use Ultra Instinct better?
I kind of need to get stronger.
20
hours.
In literally 20 minutes, I need to get stronger. So if you could. And Whis is like, you can't master it like I mastered it, so you have to make your own version of it. So, listen to the voice.
You're not that guy, Goku. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but
I mean, there's limits. You're not an angel.
Right.
But, you can make your own. Listen to the voice within you. Deep down, what are you really?
It's like he just said to shoo him away.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know, man. Look inside yourself. Bye.
I don't know. I fight. I don't really care about my kids.
I could give less of a shit about them.
Really like fighting.
Yeah, I don't particularly like my wife. Particularly.
I do particularly enjoy combat.
I guess I like fighting, and that's my entire personality.
Yeah, that's
my entire personality, top to bottom.
That the voice? Is that fight? That it? I already do that. Oh man, I wonder how Goku's gonna figure this out.
Yeah, I mean, he's about to, because we get this point where they get to, I guess, the Namekian's house, and they're like, "Here's the scouter that Bardock had. This is Bardock's scouter," and then Goku picks it up. He's like, "Whoa, this was my dad's scouter." And that's crazy. This is like the first.
That is.
Yeah, you think like the entirety of Dragon Ball up to this point, Goku had like no consciousness of his father. Like, it's never been like a thing. He's never thought about it or talked about it. He killed his brother and never talked about it again.
Right. Did his brother even bring up Bardock?
No.
I'm here to kill you, brother. No, he wasn't there to kill Goku. He just wanted to take over the human.
Yeah,
Earth, right?
he went there for Earth.
Like, nah.
Yeah, he came there for Earth, but then he found Goku. He's like, "Oh, here you are.
What's up?
Want to take over this planet with me?" And Goku's like, "No." And he's like, "All right, and you die."
Wow. It was just like that, right?
It was pretty cut and dry.
Then he died.
Yeah, then he died.
Because Piccolo shot the special beam cannon through both of them.
Yeah.
Then he trained to go fight Vegeta because he was on his way with Napa.
Vegeta. Anyway, so Goku, Vegeta takes the scouter, tries to like fuck with it to see if it still works. He's like, however, there's evidence of saved audio data. I believe it's Push and P by Push. It's a MP3 of Pushing P.
Goku's like, oh.
So
see the pan I'm talking about?
Yeah. Goku's like, oh. Okay, wait. So what happens is that the Namekian's like, maybe it's a recording of the fight against Gas. He's like, why would it be? But anyway. Gas is still going after him. They fix the scouter, and at that point, they get the recording, and it's the recording of the Gas fight. So they're crowded around it like an old radio, and that's when Goku goes, "Ha, ha," and it brings him back to the past as Bardock is fighting Gas, who's a little baby at the time. And, they're doing the thing. They're back and forth, and nobody's particularly winning, Everybody's just doing their thing. Bardock thinks he got rid of him for a second, but then Gas comes in, and he's like, you cannot escape me.
Right.
He's like, damn, you're strong, dude.
Right, even as a child. He was definitely young, right? He wasn't.
Yeah, I guess this is him as a boy. He looks like Kid Buu with dreads, and that's the thing. That's the interesting thing.
Kinda, yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna end this now. I cannot afford to have Alec lose faith in me. Not here. He ordered me to handle this without delay, and that's just where the chapter ends. Interesting chapter. Josh, what did you think about it?
Bardock's about to beat up a kid, huh?
Yeah, he's about to put the beats on a child.
He is trying to murder another child and an old Namekian.
To be fair, we actually don't know if Gas is actually a kid in this because he was always small. He was like that small when he had like the tooth bracelet. Huh?
He was that small. You're right.
So he could not be a child at the moment. But yeah, what were your thoughts?
I really enjoyed this chapter. Like I really enjoyed Boruto as well. But this, I don't know. Like it's really interesting to see Goku interact with his dad. I also liked the cleverness in the teleportation fight. We cracked a joke about it, but I thought it was well thought out by Goku. He took advantage of the fact that he, was just following him with the instant transportation and not really mapping out where he was going himself.
Mm-hmm.
So he used those two gags to kind of see like if he was really paying attention, and when he realized he wasn't, he took it. He transported him multiple planets away so that he couldn't just, go right back, to the initial planet where the first fight popped off at.
Yeah.
I thought smart as hell from Goku. I don't remember him ever doing some shit like that.
No, yeah, I fully agree with that.
I surprised twice.
Yeah, he's done that kind of before. It's far and few between, but there's like little moments where Goku just thinks outside the box to defeat folks. Yep. But were those all your thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I my thoughts are along the same line. I do agree that I guess the biggest impact that this arc will have was actually that Goku will have more of an interaction with Bardock, becoming aware of him as a person at all. I don't know if he really even knew his dad's name before this. So he's 40 at this point. So imagine not being cognizant of your father at all until you're 40. And then all of a sudden it's like, your dad was here and he saved my life. And he's like, whoa, I've never even thought about it. The fact that I have a father.
My dad. I'm his child. Children. I have kids. Anyways.
Do I like them? Do I like them? Certainly not as much as I like fighting.
Yeah. Definitely.
Children. I get it. I get why he wasn't here.
Hey, he was fighting.
He was fighting. That was literally the last thing he did.
He died fighting.
Yeah, he died
Goku
fighting.
could only pray.
Oh,
he
man.
has died. He can't get enough.
Why
did Bardock go to Nami's realm?
I hope when I die for real, I die as far away from my children as physically possible.
How come Goku got the halo and was able to return to Earth?
That was like a favor done for him by someone. I know that was actually an answered question when he first died, where they were like, "We did you a favor. We kept your body, we kept your physical form."
Wow.
Yeah.
And all his training applied because he ran across.
Yes.
The fucking dragon.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It all counts. I think his physical body was up there because I think they literally it disappeared when he died and it ended up in the sky.
Sure.
I could be wrong. I was a child last time I really actually watched Dragon Ball Z all the way through. But anyway, yeah, no, I think that's a pretty big deal for this series. It's one of the things I appreciate about Dragon Ball Super is that they try to add a little bit of lore into this universe as much as they can, even though Dragon Ball has never been the most lore based story. It's not a big expansive world in the same way as like One Piece is, or other manga. So it's nice when they try to inject it here and there whenever they can and whenever it feels natural. So I respect it. I like it. That's really all I gotta say about Dragon Ball Super. Solid chapter overall. Oh, this is the audience voted really good chapter of the week.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Yeah. This was the World Trigger was not far behind, but this was like a narrow win, and I can see why.
It was really good.
It's a cool moment for Goku.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Solid amount of chapters.
He said, "From my ear to my belt." That was pretty slick of code.
Yeah.
That was a.
If you guys want to vote in the chat, you in the poll, you can check out our Twitter and on at New Jump City and cast your vote there. We do a monthly good chapter of the week and a weekly one as well on Sundays when the chapters officially come out on Viz. So check us out on there. And I think that's it for us. Did you want to do the question thing?
Oh yeah. All right. Let's get into it.
Okay. So we have a question from Sketchy Mike. We wanted to wait until we did an American comic episode, but it didn't just play out this time. So real fast, we will go through. He asks basically what is our favorite X-Men character and what is, I guess, on an objective sense, the best X-Men character, which I guess he means the most powerful or most impactful. But, I guess that's up to interpretation by us.
Right.
But Josh, what did you think? What is your favorite X-Men character, and what do you think is like the objective best one?
Okay. All right. My favorite X-Men character is now Cyclops. I used to think he was the corniest guy in the fucking world, but after the Champions iteration of Cyclops and how he's basically been like so stoic and headstrong, like in this new age of Krakoa, I fucks with him, man. He's like, I feel like I'm getting what others got, like, in the 90s and 80s and shit with the comics. Like, Cyclops was no pushover. Like, his beams is really fucking powerful. He can incinerate Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
Not his adamantium, but his, his body, his skin and flesh.
Mm.
So,
that's
pretty dope.
That's pretty surprising to me. That's your favorite? I would never guess Cyclops.
Yes, so. I don't know.
He had a really good moment in...
too many of the X-Men. Gambit's cool. It's not magic, that's for sure. I like Nightcrawler, but he's not that crazy. Jean Grey's cool. I fucks with Magneto, of course, but he's not an X-Men.
I guess he means in general the characters. It could be anybody from...
Oh, any of them?
He didn't say specifically who's your favorite X-Men. He said who's your favorite X-Men character.
Damn.
I could do mine.
Old Man Logan.
Old Man Logan. Wow.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm not gonna lie. The best X-Men related story I've ever read was that Secret Wars comic.
Old Man Logan's Secret Wars.
Oh yeah.
Wow. What do you think is the best one?
You don't want to give your favorite first?
I'll do my favorite. Nightcrawler's my favorite right now.
Oh.
I don't know. I've always just vibed with him. I like. I think his teleportation power is cool, but I think he's an interesting character. I like a nice lawful good character. Like a cool, charming, lawful good one. And he's a pretty good one. I guess I just always vibed with Nightcrawler. So there's that for a long time. I think like X-Men 2, like the X-Men 2 movie really sold me on Nightcrawler. I was like, that's my guy.
Yeah.
That's my guy. He's so cool in that.
He's pretty dope.
That whole White House invasion scene, I really want to watch that again. Because I don't know how well it ages with how CGI is now, but
yeah,
I bet it's probably still pretty good.
No, it's pretty cool. The atmosphere of it is really dope. The way they set it up,
so
how the
crazy.
lights go down, and everyone they know, like, oh shit, someone's here.
Yeah, probably one of the best opening scenes of any superhero movie, really.
Right. Okay.
It'd have to be like an Omega mutant who was like the objective best.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say Storm. Man, there's a lot of X-Men characters that are fucking cool that I like. Should have gave this more time.
we can do a redo.
Like, I really fucks with oh man, what's that character's name? Legion. Legion's dope. Apocalypse is
Well,
Once upon a time.
he was cool once upon a time. Before he settled down with his family.
A fucking family, man. It'd be a total beta bitch.
I just want to go home. I just want to go home and love my wife.
He was a beta bitch for his wife. Because, come on, we all should be a beta bitch for our wife when we need them to be. When we need to be. You know, when we need to be soft and let them take charge sometimes.
Yeah.
But, no, it's the fact that she treated him with such disrespect.
Yo, dude, that was the Will and Jada relationship of X-Men.
Yo, I
Genesis.
Shit. Listen, I don't like to talk on their relationship because I don't know them like that.
Yeah, but
Like,
based on what we know
the way the
externally,
memes go, yo, it's just like that. And he just takes them. He takes the shots, and he's like, "It's okay, my love.
I know you love me, and I love you, and I love the kids."
It was rough. It was really rough to see from Apocalypse because it's like, bro, you're not a human. You're a fucking
Purple.
external question mark with all that, you know, celestial technology. You're beyond regular people. You can't get them. You didn't break down like this, Apocalypse. You're a pillar of masculinity.
You have cool, weird swords that like curve weird.
They were whack. He has mad abilities, but I'm gonna swing these swords and split the earth. Nigga, he was doing wild shit in the 90s.
Yeah.
And 80s and 70s. I'm always gonna just say 90s and 80s, bro, because I know it was like the what a time to be alive for X-Men fans. I was a child.
What a time. You know they're coming out with a new show? You know they're coming back with that same show?
The exact same one?
Yeah, they're doing like that show for now.
But updated.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Is it gonna have no Krakoa stuff? Just that?
I think it's just that show. But I don't know. I don't know much about it.
Pretty lit.
Yeah. Anyway.
Watch it.
I guess my best, I don't know, dog. It's got to be Storm. I mean, she's such a fucking.
Said, objectively, probably Storm.
She's got to be because we did a lookup of her powers for some reason one day, and it was like
she took out the Avatar.
Yeah, it was a death battle, right?
Bro, that's tough. Spoilers, guys. Sorry. Hey, we said spoilers for everything, so
yeah.
We speaking our minds here.
Yeah.
But nah, man, that's not easy. Like.
No.
You feel me? You even your man from Full Metal Alchemist couldn't take out an Avatar, and he's really strong.
Yeah, I mean she's up there. She's up there on Mars, bare knuckle boxing with several Iraqians.
Yeah, and creating space storms and all that. Listen, Magneto is a real one as well, but he's old.
He is old. We've established this.
As an X-Men
we have a whole episode called Magneto is old. Just so people know. He is old. Legion is an X-Men character.
He's really strong. But so is like Zorn.
Zorn and the other one.
What about no, alright. The objectively strongest X-Men character is probably
Jubilee. I'm joking.
The reality bender guy, the one that's in a crooked market right now.
Jaffers, I think his name is Jim Jaffers or something.
Jim Jaspers.
Jaspers.
Yes. He cannot be stopped.
Yeah. No, there's like several reality warping mutants around, just scattered.
Yeah, even that Braddock dude.
Yeah.
You know, he could fight him, but
yeah,
he ain't that nice.
He ain't that nice with it. Yeah, I don't know. Magneto's a good candidate. Magneto's strong as shit. You know, he is old, but he's strong as shit. He's jacked at 90 years old for no reason.
Yeah, maybe he has metal in his body, the iron. I don't know, man. I'm not a biologist, so
yeah, neither am I. Much less a mutant biologist. There's no way I could know.
Sure.
Yeah, that's part of it.
No, he has regular human super strength.
I mean, he doesn't look regular human. He's jacked, bro. God, I wish I looked like that when I'm 76.
Nah, I'm going with Jim Jaspers.
Yeah, Jim Jaspers is a good one. I don't know. Let us know what you think, Mike. I actually don't know. Our familiarity with X-Men only comes in the last 3 years.
Jean Grey's incredibly powerful, but
of course,
she's kind of soft.
Yeah. You know, I guess Jean Grey with the Phoenix Force is pretty strong.
Phoenix Force isn't an X-Men character anymore. It's an Avengers character.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's not an X-Men character anymore. The Phoenix is Thor's mom. Like, the Phoenix entity is Thor's mom now.
That was the last.
They're doing a whole arc about it. I don't know if I told you.
That was the last thing we read it for the. That was the last issue you bought of Avengers.
Yeah, where they were like, "We're your mom," and then now they just announced that they're doing an event about how Phoenix is actually Thor's mom.
Oh, they're really going into that now.
Oh yeah, Jason Aaron's really digging his heels in, which is weird because he's written Thor for 4 years. And this is the time that he's like,
the artist, bro. It doesn't match his story.
What?
That's the problem.
Wait, what?
The artist doesn't match the story.
They have several artists. Listen, man.
It's no time since I read it. How was that World War She-Hulk?
I didn't finish it. I mean, I also fell off of the Avengers run.
You bought those. I lied. You did get some issues past.
Yeah, I just didn't read them. I have some issues of World War She-Hulk, and I don't know, man. I guess it's just I faced the facts. It wasn't really grabbing me all that much. Jason Aaron's run is not stellar.
No. Much like Spider-Man, Well,
we fought for it, bro. We did. We fought our case for it. Every time it came up, we were just like, if you're new, you might.
All right, what was better, Jason Aaron's Avengers or Scott Snyder's Justice League?
Scott Snyder's Justice League.
Not Scott Snyder. Yeah, it was Scott Snyder. The guy.
Yeah,
the shonen based Justice League.
Yeah, that was Scott Snyder.
What run do you think was better?
Scott Snyder's.
Same.
Yeah, it was pretty easy.
It wasn't stellar either, but it had its.
It was good.
Moment.
It was good.
I like what it was trying to do.
Yeah, it went on really long. I think that's the thing. Because then it tied into Dark Knight's metal and all that stuff, and it was like.
Yeah, it did. And then the whole thing with the. Lot. I didn't like that. What's her name? Galaxia.
Yeah, DC is on some shit right now. I really don't know what's going on.
Perpetua, that was her name. They killed her though.
Yeah, DC's on some shit, man. Batman, Zdarsky's going to Batman, which we'll pick that up, I guess. But I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of interest in DC, which is a shame because of the two, it's my favorite, I guess.
Rebirth was a beautiful time.
Yeah,
one was fire for a bit.
It is crazy how Rebirth was so good for a while, and they were just never mind.
They took too long to get to the point.
Certain things just Jeff Johns' Doomsday Clock was delayed forever, and
yeah, man,
it took Tomasi. They took Tomasi off of Superman, and that was like the first big mistake where I was like, why are you?
Oh my God, that was the original sin. That's you're right. That's what got the dominoes to start falling.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any fans out there that like really want like a good recommendation for a good Superman run, I think probably the best one I've ever read was Peter Tomasi's Superman run.
The other run was good. Action Comics was dope too.
I think Dan Jurgens wrote that for a while.
Yeah, that shit was on point too.
Yeah, Dan Jurgens is Action Comics.
Superman Red arc that happened that combined.
Yeah, they wrote them
that was
together.
Action Comics, wasn't that?
It was both. No, it was tying in too.
Yo, man.
Super
for the time, bro, I was really saying that now. Superman's probably my favorite character in DC. I would have never thought I would have said
such a great run. Such a great run.
Man.
I don't think anybody before
what? And then we had
Super Sons.
Friends.
Super Sons.
Yo.
The initial Super Sons run was awesome as well. There was so much to go. You know, we had. This is probably polarizing to say because I'm finding out more and more that people don't like
Detective Comics.
Yeah, Detective Comics was fire. I think that was also Tomasi.
Oh my
I think that was
God.
also Tomasi. That detective.
Huh?
I think was that Detective Comics run also Tomasi. Let me see.
I don't know, man. All the way up till Clayface getting bodied. I was like, no.
Man, Rebirth run. The Rebirth era was truly something else.
But Wonder Woman was really good.
Wonder
How
Woman
it was going
good.
back and forth between the eras. That was really interesting.
It was really good. We had a lot of comics, guys. Those were good days, man. I'm trying to like sort it by series or something. Anyway, I'm not.
Was Green Lantern good? Yeah, Green Lantern was alright.
In Rebirth,
they had that whole arc where they try to revive the Blue Ring and
yeah,
you know was like nope. He said, matter of fact, I'm gonna break that white ring.
Actually, J.K. Blam.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, that might fuck things up. I'm trying to remove hope from this. Yo, that was really fucking clutch, man. That was hype.
Yeah.
Oh, peak hype.
Yeah, that was a great era. You know, Flash was good. They have so many good series.
But decent, yeah.
Rebirth was so good, man.
Pretty decent.
I think like I don't think I've read as many DC books as that era. What else was really good?
There were other things, man.
Naomi started coming out there too.
Huh?
Didn't Naomi start coming out during that time?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like around that.
Justice.
Yeah, it did a little bit later in the cycle.
Yeah, Brian Michael Bendis came in and wrote varying degrees of comics of quality, of varying degrees of quality.
Yo, he's like super hit or miss, man. There's no balance.
It's true, man. Like I'll always give him credit for like Ultimate Spider-Man. It's probably one of my favorite runs of comics ever.
Oh, he Civil War, didn't he? I think he wrote Civil War, right?
He wrote Civil War 2.
2?
Yeah, he didn't write the first one.
Oh, okay, never mind. I will never read that.
You don't want to read Civil War?
2? No.
Oh yeah, Civil War 2 wasn't as good.
Or whatever. No, not Secret Invasion. The shit where he turns into where Captain America was like secretly evil the whole time.
That wasn't Bendis either.
Huh?
That wasn't Bendis either.
No, I'm just saying that was an incredible arc. We're just listing off fucking.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is our. Yeah, no, it's getting late and we're tired. But yeah. I guess that's our little American comics talk for now. It's been a while since we actually talked.
We'll
get back to it. I'm sorry.
Soon, guys.
Yeah. Life gets in the way sometimes, but we'll get there. I promise. But with that being said,
Devil's Reign has been good. The X books have been pretty.
I will say this: I finished Devil's Reign, and I'm excited to talk about it. Actually, so you know, there's.
I need to.
But with that being said, that was our show. Thank you guys so much for listening. As per usual, you can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Josh at JDCole_37 on Instagram. At NYChillin with an EN, not an IN on Twitter.
Right.
That's Brian at b.esp on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow him on twitch.tv/itspunchline. Watch him play video games. You can follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, especially because we do a really good chapter of the week poll. And when we do our American comics coverage coming up soon, we will do a very good issue of the week poll. We might be behind on the next one because we'll be catching up on some stuff, but that'll be coming. You could email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. Hit us up on there or in the comment section of whatever video you're watching, whether it's the full version of the podcast or the little highlight breakouts we make for you every week. You can subscribe while you're at it. That would be super sweet. Please do so. Give us a like, give us a share, let people know about us if you like the show. You can subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. We're on there. Give us a 5-star review on wherever you're listening from. That would be super sweet as well. The audio episodes usually come up first, so if you want early access to the episode, I guess the audio version is where you get it. And I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for listening, as per usual, and stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace out, guys. Thanks for listening.